Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. It's not quite a bad day. Actually, the sun's shining, but we're all going to get some rain for the next few days, actually for about the next week. I think we're supposed to be getting thunderstorms on Friday. Whether it'll happen or not, I don't know, but I've been out in my garden and I've hung out the washing I did yesterday. So I never got it out yesterday. I had just finished what I was doing in the garden, the hedges and that, and I was going to hang my bedding on the line and the heavens opened, so that was a waste of time. And then it did dry up later, but I was going out to my bingo, which I would be leaving just after 5. So I thought, when I checked the weather app, it said there was going to be rain again, so I thought, well, it's a bit risky hanging it out, you know, it might rain when I'm out. It didn't rain, but anyway, I got that washing out this morning, and I'm looking at my veg and I thought, my lettuce is getting a bit, it needs pulling up, but I found a nice little one for a sandwich this afternoon. I'll have a salad sandwich, a couple of salad sandwiches for my lunch this afternoon, because I'm going down my granddaughter's later on, but I'm keeping an eye on the weather in case it's going to rain again, and hope that it's actually just after 9 o'clock now, so I'm hoping that that's long enough. I don't go out with my granddaughter's around about 2, so I'll probably take my washing in before I go out, because I think it's going to rain again. According to the app on my phone, it is going to rain. But anyway, I was out last night, had a good night at my bingo. I won quite a lot. My friend won a little bit as well, but I won most of it, and we always share. And we had about £120 to share between us. And the looks we were getting every time we shouted, you know, for a house a line, because we play 1 line, 2 lines and a full house. And if it was me calling the line, and it was my friend calling the 2 lines and me calling the house, and I even won the play your cards right as well. And one of the girls, 2 of our grandchildren were in. They're both 8-year-old, a little boy and a little girl, and the little boy was coming backwards and forwards to the tables every time somebody won. Trish, the girl that does all the calling, and that she was giving them the money to take to the tables, and they kept coming up to my table, and I was getting dirty looks every time, and he's saying, "Nana, it's her again." And that went on all night. But that's just the way things were. My luck was in last night. It must have been that money spider that dropped down from my head on the video I did the other night. But anyway, I've picked up I have been doing a little bit of Sandra's cardigan. I haven't had much time really, like, because I was out last night, and so I've getting some of the back done. It's waste of time putting it against me because she's a lot smaller than I am. But I've got a little bit of that one done, and then I'm going to do a little bit time I've got this morning. I'm going to do a little bit of Tommy's. I haven't had time to start on his, but I've picked actually, I'm using a pattern for Tommy's. I don't usually use a pattern, but this is the one I've used for all of my boys when they were little. It's a very old pattern, you can see by the state of it down here, and it's actually dropping to bits. I'm going to have to sellotape it. I have got a little bit sellotape, I think, where it broke across there. But I love this pattern, and they're all cardigans. So I'm going to do this one, because once a button up one, and it does go up to from a 22 to a 35. And I did knit this for myself, because when I was young, when my kids were little, I was only 34. I'm 42 now, like, so I kind of do this one for myself. Well, I do actually, I've done it, but I've worked out larger sizes from this pattern. But anyway, that's the one. I'm going to do a 26-inch in that one for Tommy. So I've got to work out the sizes, because the length, the sleeves and everything is a lot shorter on what, to me, what a 5-year-old, because that's what Tommy is, a 5-year-old. The sleeves would be too short according to these. I never follow the instructions on the pattern. I do whatever length I think it is. So this is it anyway. It's an emu double knitting pattern, and I'm doing it in this grey. And I have the ball. This is Peyton's. This is Peyton's wool. This is a lot of wool. I bought a lot of wool Peyton's before they changed the whatever the make up the wool with, because their wool is very hard now. When you this was before that, before they changed the manufacturing of the wool, and this is really nice and soft. The stuff now is just hard. I'm going to go up to the range where I bought this from and check to see whether there's been any change in it, because it's quite a while since I've been up there and had a look. But this is nice and soft, and it's a nice grey for Tommy. So I'm looking at this pattern, and I have to cast on. I know I've usually got to do about 70, nearly 80 stitches for a 26, but this is a 26. It's actually 26 and a quarter. I've never had funny measurements. It doesn't actually just say 26. It's 26 and a quarter. So that must be what it actually measures when it's finished. So for a 26, I have to cast, it's 76 stitches. And the next size after that is 82 stitches. So the 6 stitches between sizes. Yeah, that's right. The 22 is 64 stitches. The 24 is 70, so that's 6 stitches. So they are classing this as 6 stitches to the inch. I don't know what the tension have on it. They don't actually tell you how many stitches to do for the, just say 6.5 stitches and 8.5 rows to 1 square inch. And I think I do remember when I've knit this pattern, I'm actually altered the thing. I knit a sweater for myself. It was a red sweater I'd done recently, and it was from this pattern, but I altered it to a size to fit myself, and I altered it to make it a sweater, because this has sort of the shoulders, you can't see it very well on this pattern, but the shoulders are a sort of saddle stitch. They're not raglan, they don't go straight up like that and up to the my hair's in the way here. They don't go straight up to here, they go up like that and across the front. That's what you call a saddle stitch. That's what this one is. So I worked it out to 42. I made it to a 42 for myself. I worked it out. So I like this pattern. It's a nice pattern as well. It's like, I think a lot of people, I don't know how close you can see it, a lot of people call it like a waffle, looks like a waffle stitch. There isn't a name for the stitch in this pattern, it's just, it doesn't tell you, it just says knit, that's all. So anyway, I've got to cast on 76 stitches for the 26 and a quarter. And it's knit on, what is it, the needle sizes? I should know this, you know, but it's that long, it is a long time since I've knit with it. Size 8 needles and 10. That's 4mm and 3.25. So I'm going to cast on 76 stitches, where it says on here. It's a long time since I've actually followed a pattern. Actually, I'll leave a long length for sewing up like that. And I'm going to do a tutorial for this on my other channel. My other channel, Sheila's Just Knitting. I'm getting a few subscribers on that one now. So I've got to go 76. More hurry, less speed, as the saying goes. And I'll take this down my granddaughter's today and knit while I'm down there if I get the chance. But I'll have to call her a little shop first. I've got a birthday card to take down for Eddie because he's 3 tomorrow, Friday. That's the 6th of August. His grandfather, who's my son, Tony, his birthday is the 9th of August. And when Cheryl was pregnant with Eddie and they knew he was on his way, her dad kept saying, I hope you're going to wait until the 9th of August. And he's joking. He's coming now and not sitting all about it. As it's funny, my Cheryl's oldest son, Frankie, his birthday is the 2nd of March. And that was my husband's birthday. And my husband said that was a best birthday present he ever had. Having his first great-grandchild. Well, he was his second great-grandchild. Actually, we don't have much to do with the first one. Frankie was a second great-grandchild born on his same birthday as him. He was over the moon when that happened. And then my son Tony thought Eddie was going to be born on his birthday, but Eddie was in a little bit of a hurry. So I have Eddie's birthday, all these birthdays in August. I have Eddie's birthday on the 6th of August. My son, well, his name's Anthony, but he gets called Tony. His birthday's on the 9th of August. My grandson David is on the 17th of August. My granddaughter Charlotte is on the 19th of August. And my granddaughter Cheryl is on the 20th of August. So I've got all those birthdays in August. At least I have a break before the next one in September. And then after that one, that's the next year. The ones after that are February and March. And I've got 2 great-granddaughters in March, as well as my second oldest great-grandson. So I've got 3 in March. Another one in April. You don't realise once you have kids and they have kids and they have kids, how your family gets bigger and bigger. I do I have an account on ancestry.com. I'm not doing it at the moment. I let it go during the summer and take it up again in the winter because I don't sit and bother with things like that in the summer. But an awful lot of relatives I found on there that I didn't even know I had. Even one of the girls when I used to do was in a Facebook group for my area, and a lot of us girls used to meet up on a Wednesday. We used to all go for a meal and meet up and chat and got to know each other and that. And then I found a cousin amongst them that I never knew I had. We went through the ancestry.com thing and found out we both had the same great-great-great-grandfather, I think it was. Even my middle name is May. And my mother's middle name was May. And I thought it was just her name, that she named me after her, until I'd done the ancestry research. And I found out that my grandmother's, on my father's side's middle name was May. So I've got my mother's middle name and my grandmother's maiden name for my middle name, so I don't know what to call it really. And because of that, I found out a lot of relatives I had on the May side of my family. But it's very interesting going back in time, and as far, I think I got back about as far as 1600 and something, but I couldn't get back any further because we were looking through parish records and things like that. But there's a lot of rogues, and my maiden name is Latimer, and it's a very hard, it's not a actually hard name, but it's a hard one to find relatives, because in the times of the parish records and things like that, people couldn't read and write, so somebody else wrote the names. So my name is spelt with 2 T's. It's Letttimer, my maiden name. But you can also find it spelt with 1 T, and you can find it spelt with More on the end, in a lot of different ways. And all these different ways you find out we are all related, just as different spelling of the names. My mother was funny. Our name had, I think I've got a lot more than this number of stitches I need on there. That's because I'm busy talking, so I'll have to put that down. But my mother thought our name was spelt with 2 T's. And if anybody ever spelt it with 1 T, there was murder on. We've got 2 T's in our name, like we are better than them that's only got 1 T in their name. But that was my mother, she was funny that way. But anyway, I've got a few things to do now. I'm going to sort this knitting out and count up these stitches, because I've got an awful lot more than 76 stitches on this needle. 76 stitches wouldn't come that far along the needle. I've been busy talking. That's what happens when you talk, you make mistakes when you're knitting. I can watch the television and knit without looking at it, but I can't talk and knit at the same time. My friend came over. I had been the other day when I'd been cutting my grass and all that, and I got my lounger out, because my house, we get a lot of sun in the front in the afternoon. And I had finished what I was doing, so I put the lounger out, and I thought I'll sit out here. It was about 4 o'clock and it was still lovely and hot and the sun was shining, and I thought I'll sit out here and do a little bit knitting. And my friend, my neighbour from across the road, came over and decided to come in, so I made her a cup of tea and we were sitting talking and that, and I was knitting. And I think I had to pull the same row out about 5 times because I kept talking and I kept making a mistake. That was a pink cardigan I'm doing for Sarah the Rosebud. I think I gave it up at in the end, and I said, "Oh Dot, I'm putting this knitting down. I cannot knit and talk to you at the same time." But anyway, that's my bit for today, and I'm going to sort out what I've got to do and sort out this knitting and that, and see what I'm doing. Where I'm taking down my granddaughter's, but I'm going to have to nip to the shop, because I always give my grandkids, I just give them a card and put some money in the card, but also buy a little present for them. So I've got to nip over to Sainsbury's and have a look amongst the little toy things and get a little toy to take down with me, because I'll not see him tomorrow. I'll be taking it down today for tomorrow for his birthday. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll let you see anything else I get up to. So bye for now.